I'm going off schedule for today's vlog. Technically it's Monday and I usually post on Wednesdays and weekends. But, however, it is a long weekend. This is a holiday Monday. So I'm just gonna roll that into the weekend and you get a bonus vlog. How lucky are you? Unfortunately, this isn't such an upbeat vlog today. This vlog is mostly me being upset with somebody. You see that space right there? Well, if you've been watching my vlog for any amount of time, you might have seen the video I did about the Edmonton River Valley. If you did watch that video, there was a bench in it. It was almost a co-star, and I gave it full credit for that. But the idea was, the Edmonton River Valley has all these great little outlooks and nooks and crannies, and it's just this amazing place. And while I was exploring and doing that video, I came across a memorial bench placed in the middle of nowhere. This is an abandoned campground that very few people even know about, let alone use. What I don't understand is why that bench isn't still here. And I'm definitely a little ticked off about it, because yesterday I went to go for a bike ride. And during my bike ride, I passed by a mailbox, and on that mailbox was a poster saying that this memorial bench had been removed. As soon as I looked at it, I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's the memorial bench that I had in the video about the Edmonton River Valley trails. All I could think was, why would somebody remove that bench? And then I thought, what if somebody saw my video and removed that bench? That made me upset. I don't have enough viewers to make that likely. If it did happen, it would honestly just be the worst possible luck, because it means that somebody that watched my video, and I appreciated the view, but they took that information and took down a memorial bench. This wasn't even a memorial bench dedicated to one person. It was dedicated to the husband and the father, both of whom died of cancer. This bench was placed there by the daughter/wife. Why would you remove that kind of memorial bench with that plaque specifically stating that's why it was there? That means we're basically dealing with one of three people. The first is that they're just a criminal, and they didn't want to buy a bench from a home and garden shop, so they came down here and they removed, well, they stole a memorial bench for their home and garden. What is wrong with you? All you had to do was ask. I'd have lent you the money to get the bench. I wouldn't have even expected you to pay it back. The second type of person is just some busybody. Somebody who saw the video, or maybe they came down here at some point and they saw the bench. Maybe my video has nothing to do with it. Let's not make this about me. But what if they came down here, saw the bench, and decided, hey, that shouldn't be there. I don't approve of this, despite the fact that they have absolutely no approval rights at all in this situation. But we all know that one person who can't help but stick their nose in everybody else's business. I like to call them the fun police. That bench wasn't on a main trail. It wasn't even on a side trail. It was off to the side overlooking a creek, and it was in a space that almost nobody but the loved ones of the people that it was dedicated to would know about. But there's always somebody just waiting around the corner. And because their life sucks, they're gonna make sure your life sucks too. Those kind of busybodies, honestly, they're not much worse than criminals in that respect. They're just interfering with other people's lives and making it hard for the rest of us. Now those two people, they tend to lack self-regulation. So they behave the way they do because either they were brought up wrong, or genetically their set point is just not to look out for other people. But the third type of person who might have been responsible for that bench being removed, these are the people I dislike a lot. These are the middle managers, full of bitterness and resentment at their job, that they essentially do everything to the letter and by the book. Which means that they might have saw my video, saw that that bench was there, investigated it, and had it removed. Or somebody made a complaint to them, and rather than exercise some discretion in the matter, rather than look at the situation through a telescope, they looked at it through a microscope, and then they gave the order to have that bench removed. These kind of bureaucratic middle manager types were one of the reasons why I left my last career. They are completely incapable of nuance. They don't seem to understand subtlety. They don't get discretion. There's a little bit of person 2 in them, and in their actions, they remind me of person 1. These bureaucratic middle managers who are so full of bitterness and resentment oftentimes remind me of just busybodies who got elevated to a position of power, or people with criminal tendencies who somehow made it through a screening process and ended up in a situation where they could basically commit acts of criminality under the guise of just doing their duty. So I apologize. This video, a little bit ranty, and I admit, I'm kind of angry right now. I'm actually walking around in the trail network that's by this particular bench on the off chance that somebody just decided to vandalize it, pull it out of its moorings, and threw it into the bush. I haven't had any luck so far though. Because of that, the camera's running and I'm angrily shouting at the camera, and this probably isn't very good content, but I just couldn't help myself. I don't understand some people. What I know is this: life is hard enough already. Life is already challenging for a lot of people. And if I lost my father and my spouse to cancer, and one of the things I had to remember them by was a memorial bench, it would absolutely break what was left of my heart to come down to see it and discover that somebody had removed it with no explanation and really no consideration for the people who put it there or the people who were lost. That's where the bench was. It's not there anymore. There's an empty patch of grass. Thanks so much for that, whoever took the bench away. I'm not friends with the family. I'm not a member of the family, but my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you can get an answer for why the bench went missing. And honestly, I just hope it was a simple mistake, that the bench is coming back at some point and you just haven't been properly informed. I don't have all the answers when it comes to life. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been guilty of a lot of jerk-like behavior in my past, but I'm trying to do better. And one of the ways that I try to do better is recognizing that as people, no matter who you are, one of your goals should always be to leave things better than how you found them. When the person put that memorial bench there, it was a way of processing grief, but it definitely made this creek area better. Whoever took it away, you didn't. Your whole job is to make things better than when you found them. You failed.